Okay, so let's start with what helped alter the dynamics almost fatally, sociologically, right? Perception. What is perception? What is that? So, audience, we have to define that for ourselves and come to and move away from the relativistic lens and actually reach an absolute resolution and truth at which we are able to operate from then on a clear, defined level without there being any confusion, right? So, one, incident zero, if you will. This will be the the event that then functions as as somewhat of like, and correct me if I'm incorrect in this, please, the presupposition for what helped shape the following events, right? So when I went to St. Vincent de Paul for services, and mind you, this is not a channel where I want to bash. This is not a place where we bash. This is a place where we hold accountability. Now, if I ever am to bash someone, please hold me accountable. Hey, remember what you said. Accountability, right? I'm not perfect. I have defects just like everybody else. So, one, go to St. Vincent de Paul. Great services, by the way. Anyone out there who wants services, make sure you survey, scout, make sure you do all your due diligences, and kind of scout the area, scout the people, know the people, right? And there's many ways to go about doing that. But go there, get amazing stuff. You can stockpile on so many resources, and go there. I'm fellowshipping, I'm interacting, I'm observing, and I'm listening. And there was an individual, a volunteer, who said, "What does it matter where your food goes on your plate?" Essentially, and that was after a client, right, came and was making specific requests for how they wanted their food arranged on their plate. And I heard this, and I held them accountable. And they talked about me being an asshole to one of their buddies, to one of their fellow volunteers. They told me essentially to mind my business. They told me, when I held them accountable for saying that, regardless of whether that person took offense to it, as a volunteer, that is not a comment that should be made. That is not a remark that should be made. Now, if there are any discrepancies in how they feel toward what someone is doing or how they're feeling, they should go through the proper channels, or at least not make that comment within earshot of the public, at least the people who are being served, because that is, to me, a contradiction and shines a light on who they are. Therefore, they shouldn't probably be a volunteer, because they probably treat people this way and have prejudice. So let's start there, and then we're going to continue with the next video to expound on the details. Talk soon.